Hey guys, how's it going? Ian Fire here from Magic Suit Productions coming at you with another Call of Duty Warzone video. In this video, I'll discuss two simple strategies that'll give you a really good opportunity at getting that Warzone win. Some people struggle with getting wins, whether it's because of luck or just because of lack of experience. This is a good guide for you. So before I get started off on the strategies that I use, I want to go over some things. 1. Loadouts. Make sure you have loadout classes ready for Warzone. You should have specific loadouts ready for specific scenarios. I like to use an overkill class as my main class, which consists of a Grau and an AX-50, for pretty obvious reasons. The Grau is good at short to mid-range, and it has really good accuracy, so it's my ideal main weapon. I also like having the AX-50 because it gives me that long-range distance. I throw a thermal on the AX-50, so it gives me also a slight advantage over people who aren't using cold-blooded. You don't need to have an overkill class, but I'd recommend it. No matter what, you should have a ghost/cold-blooded class. I have two of them set up for two different reasons. One of them I use with my initial overkill class as a complementary class. So if it's beginning of the game, I'll get my overkill class with my Grau and my AX-50. It has a heartbeat sensor on it. Most people don't have Ghost or Cold-Blooded in the beginning of the game, so the heartbeat sensor is still effective. Towards the end of the game, or as soon as I see another loadout, I try and get my Ghost class that has a kilo with a 100-round drum on it. It has no stock on it. I use it because it's mobile, it has a lot of ammo, it's a decent quick run and gun class. However, I usually do keep the Grau and AX-50, but the Ghost class is a necessity towards the end of the game. I take the heartbeat off the Ghost class and I'll use either a stun or a smoke grenade. That's just my go-to. When you're picking out your guns, just make sure you have something that runs with whatever squad you're going with as well. If you have 4 guys with you, including yourself, and 3 other people have heartbeats, that's 4 heartbeat sensors, and you don't need that many. Maybe someone on their class can change something, or you can do it. You can put on a stun grenade or a smoke grenade, anything different that'll be more beneficial to your team. Now, when it comes to strategies, there are 2 main strategies that I use when I'm playing Warzone. One of them is riding the fog and the gas in and using it almost as a defensive line behind me, so I don't really have to watch over my shoulder 24/7. I like using this strategy most because you can really land anywhere in the map, wherever the circle is, and ride the gas in. It can work against you if the circle is moving in too fast. You need to be careful for that. Just watch your back. I like to ride the mountainside when I'm letting the gas kind of push me in. Although it can be dangerous, you have to look left and right. I like having the high view and having the advantage of being uphill from everyone else. I think that's extremely beneficial because you can look down on everyone. But like I said, make sure you have your Ghost class or else you will stick out, and there's also not much coverage there. I rock a ghillie suit, so it's the best I'm gonna get, but for a lot of people they don't, and they'll be sticking out like a sore thumb. Another thing I want to say about riding the gas is if you're very far out and it is starting to get outran, make sure you know where a vehicle is on the route towards the inside of the circle, so if you need to grab a vehicle, you can grab a vehicle. There's really no specialties about riding the fog in, riding the gas in. It's pretty self-explanatory. Just use it as kind of an edge marker and stay out of the circle as long as you can until you absolutely need to be in the circle, but don't screw yourself in a bad situation like these guys right here. These guys kind of rode the gas in, and you can see that they get caught. I had a better view, so I was able to take them out, and you don't want that to happen. Now, for the second strategy, it'll involve a helicopter. Now, you can do this a few different ways, but this is the way that I recommend doing it. So at the start of the game, if there's 3 or 4 people, you'd like one person to grab the helicopter, and the other 2 or 3 to go to a scavenger or a recon, preferably a scavenger. That gets you money right off the bat, and someone already has a helicopter in their possession, so you're already a few steps into this strategy. Now, once you get enough money, you want to get a loadout. Obviously, if you can get 2 loadouts and get Ghost as well, you want to try and take the helicopter with your team to a high point. but while traveling, you also want to get recons. So if you get the scavenger, first things first, you'll get some money, you'll get your loadout. Then you can start attacking recons and you'll figure out kind of where the end circle is, and then you can get pretty much the best point with the helicopter, and you can get as high as you can be. So it's very beneficial. If it ends in stadium or if it ends near the tower, you can land the helicopter on top of that, and you pretty much have the best view over everybody. You have the best advantage over everybody. Not everyone uses the helicopter strategy. I've used it a few times for wins and it has worked. In the video you're seeing right now, I actually didn't use the helicopter strategy. However, I did use a helicopter to get into the circle. The main idea of the helicopter strategy is to get the scavenger right away, then get the recons, and then try and get on a high building. In this game you're viewing right now, I was just screwing around with my buddy, and we ended up taking the W, which was pretty cool, and we just rode the helicopter until the end. It just happened to be like that. But these two strategies are probably the best way for anyone to get a win if they're not experienced or if they're just not as good of a player and need help getting kills. These are probably the safest ways to do it, and it'll give you your best chance. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like more content like this, please subscribe, drop a comment, like the video, and I appreciate it. Enjoy!